I guess the best way is to just be straight up and say that I believe that these men, because so far that we know of, it has just been men, but it seems as if those who have supported the president's positions on foreign policy matters have gotten, well, their faces marked. Now I know that the official stories have been, some would say, wildly concocted. No matter. What I'm trying to do here is say that President Obama's positions on foreign policy are very important. To who? Well, a lot of people, apparently. And it all has to do with, I'm going to call it the Middle East. But when I say the Middle East, I am referring to anything foreign policy wise that has to do with it, with that area. And Chuck Hagel was very vocal against the Iraq War.
I don't know how many United States senators believe we have a coherent strategy in Iraq. I don't think we've ever had a coherent strategy. In fact, I would even challenge the administration today to show us the plan that the president talked about the other night. There is no plan. And my dear friend Dick Lugar talks about coherence of strategy. There is no strategy. This is a ping pong game with American lives. These young men and women that we put in Anbar province, in Iraq, in Baghdad are not beans. They're real lives. And we better be damn sure we know what we're doing, all of us, before we put 22,000 more Americans into that grinder. We better be as sure as you can be. And I want every one of you, every one of us, 100 senators, to look in that camera and you tell your people back home what you think. Don't hide anymore. None of us. That is the essence of our responsibility. And if we're not willing to do it, we're not worthy to be seated right here.
Chuck Hagel was a U.S. Senator from Nebraska. He was very vocal against the Iraq War. And he has said or spoken the truth of the Israeli lobby there in Washington.
The political reality is that you intimidate a lot, not you, but the Jewish lobby intimidates a lot of people up here. And again, I've always argued against some of the dumb things they do because I don't think it's in the interest of Israel. I just don't think it's smart for Israel. Now, everyone has a right to lobby, that's as it should be. And come see your senator and congressman. If you can get the guy to sign your letter, great, wonderful. But as I reminded somebody not too long ago, in fact, it was a group I was speaking to in New York, and we got into a kind of an interesting give and take on Iran. And a couple of these guys said, well, we should just attack Iran. I said,
bomb Iran, bomb. Anyway.
A couple of these guys said, well, we should just attack Iran. I said, well, that's an interesting thought. We're doing so well in Iraq.
Right.
And I said, it would really help Israel. And I said, so this guy kept pushing and pushing, and he alluded to the fact that, well, maybe I wasn't supporting Israel enough or something, and I don't know how we get. And I just said, well, let me clear something up here if there's any doubt in your mind. I said, I'm a United States senator, not an Israeli senator. I'm a United States senator. Support Israel. But my first interest, because I take an oath of office to the Constitution of the United States, not to a president, not to a party, not to Israel.
So I believe that is the reason why President Obama appointed him in his cabinet.
To secure the Iraqi borders and the Iraqi streets. And finally, I think it's important that we get our reconstruction moving. And I think it is undeniable that the reconstruction process that's taken place has been completely inept. And that's not simply my estimation. That's the estimation of the two ranking Republican senators on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, Chuck Hagel and Dick Lugar, who issued a blistering attack on this administration 6 weeks before a presidential election. Highly unusual, and I think it indicates how badly botched this job has been. Senator.
Because he knew that Chuck Hagel would, number one, be loyal. He's loyal to this country. Now, this whole thing about his firing or him resigning, well, notice he was marked on the face or injured right around the time that he stepped down. And I think that he stepped down because he felt threatened, and not by the president. It had everything to do with those who are against the president's foreign policy and Chuck Hagel's positions on foreign policy. Now, and I'm doing this video, I'm pointing these synchronicities, some would call them coincidences, out. The first time is an event. The second time could be a coincidence. The third, the fourth time is a pattern. And that's what I'm trying to figure out.